This is TWiT. So, let's catch you up on the saga of little old Elon Musk. There should be a ballad, the ballad of Elon Musk. Sit right back while I tell you a tale of a billionaire who wanted to own Twitter. So he, as you know, if you've been paying attention, over the first 3 months of 2022 has been slowly, they say, paying cash, which sounds like he's actually like licking his thumb and spitting out bills for shares of Twitter, got himself all the way up to 9.2%. Delayed mentioning that, by the way. Now he's being sued because the SEC requires when you get to 5%,
5%.
Right,
you
under
have
5%, yeah.
You have to report. He got to 5% by March 14th, but didn't file until April 4th. And so there's an investor lawsuit saying, and I think the SEC should probably also do something. I think they're investigating, saying, hey, you essentially kept the price artificially low by not telling everybody you were buying up Twitter. Of course, as soon as he filed on April 4th, Twitter stock price went up 27%. So
right, which proved the point.
Proved the point.
Could have better evidence, better receipts than that.
Yeah. So anyway, he is now a 9.2% shareholder, which at that point gave him, I guess, enough stock that Twitter said, well, we better ought to listen to this guy, even though he's kind of obviously a troll, offered him a board seat. Now, this is where it gets interesting. And invited him to speak to the staff for an AMA. The AMA has been canceled, and so has Elon's board seat. But we're not clear on what happened.
It's exactly why I didn't want him on the board in the first place. He's just a troll who runs around doing his own thing, and when rules get in the way, he backs off. And this is exactly what we thought would happen.
So I think it could be, I don't know. Do you think Agrawal said, no, never mind? Do you think Elon said, no, never mind?
Or did some lawyers, what I hear, what do you hear? I hear is lawyers said, you can't do these things. You have a fiduciary responsibility, right, and you can't go around telling the public what's going to happen at the company without knowing it or before it's known.
He did delete a bunch of tweets over the weekend that were offensive, stupid, childish.
Well, that's nothing new.
you know?
I mean, I think he realized someone probably set him aside and said, look, you can do all this when it's your own companies. When you come in and do this to other companies, this is a problem. And then I think also Twitter's lawyers probably were like, yo, really? Is this really what we want? And I think probably everybody woke up next to each other and was like, oh, yeah, no, this isn't right.
He was putting up polls, kind of facetious polls. At one point he said, should Twitter delete the W in Twitter for its name? Which is
just perfect for his humor.
Like a 9-year-old joke, for a joke by a fourth grader. It turns out, according to the timeline from the Washington Post, that on Saturday morning, he told Twitter he would not be joining the board. Now, there's another thought I had, because remember when we said maybe one of the reasons, I think you, Stacey, said keep your friends close, keep your enemies closer. One of the reasons Twitter offered him a board seat is because board members are not allowed to own more than 15%.
Bingo.
Yeah. But also then they have fiduciary duty, so he would have to follow the internal code of conduct about...
Yeah.
No, because you're given non-material information, and therefore if you say it publicly, you are violating...
That's never stopped him in the past. And the SEC has barely slapped his wrists for these things.
No, I'm not. Yeah, no, but that's,
when has that stopped him, is my question.
Well, because he has beneficial ownership of his own company, so he's not going to sue himself, whereas Twitter could sue him for doing it.
Yeah, okay. So the lawyers said, Elon, you're going to have to muzzle yourself. He said, I'm not doing that. Also, Elon, you can't buy any more shares past 15%. I still think Elon, I mean, he's got the money. If he wanted to buy Twitter, just do a hostile takeover, he could buy a 51% stake, I'm sure.
Or he and his friends could.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I was like, he doesn't have to buy the whole 50%.
Peter Thiel can buy another 15%.
What would be the first thing he would do is invite President Trump, former President Trump, back?
Probably.
You think?
Yeah.
I think that's what I suspect that's why the staff is nervous.
Well, explain the stock market response to me, because all right, so when he buys that much, the stock goes up because it could be in play or whatever, right?
Yeah.
He leaves, the stock went down, but then it went back up again. The market is confused about what to do with Elon, isn't it?
The market's confused would be probably sufficient in that sentence.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know what the market's thinking. There's certainly some people in the bought shares when Elon was a massive shareholder. Just because, why do you buy shares if you're a speculator? Because you think they're going to continue to go up. So buy some shares because there's going to be a move to buy more shares.
Sorry about that.
What is it now?
Went to 39 to 50 on April 5, and right now it's at 45.85.
45.85. So it did go back down a little bit.
Yeah, that's not uncommon though.
Yeah. Yeah, you buy, what is it? Buy on the rumor, sell on the news. I don't know what the news or the rumor was. It's still way above its April 1st price of $39.31 before the Elon announcement. So it's still up a significant amount. Up 38% in the past month. That's still some good money. So I would say overall the stock is bullish on Twitter. The stock market is bullish on Twitter with Elon's involvement.
I think they're just bullish on the fact that there's chum in the water. Like I feel like being a stock market investor now is based solely on like stonk behavior, noise. I guess. I just don't even know anymore.
Oh, I think you're right. But I mean, so traditionally, the vast amount of stock movements come from institutional investors, pension funds, things like that. People who presumably, are solid and steady and informed investors. I even though Robinhood and Public.com and all these,
I was just gonna wonder if it becomes a Robinhood stock.
I don't think that, do they move the market enough to really make a difference?
Elon behaves that way and can move the market. So that's what it feels like to me.
We know like his tweets, basically are pump and dump sometimes when he says, we're taking Tesla private, $420 a share, financing secured. Then it turns out that was a lie. Stock market loves it, buys it up.
There's a lot of nihilism.
Makes him
running around.
Him the richest. He is now the richest man on the planet, except for Putin.
Putin's guessed to be hundreds of millions.
Stock is going down. At one point, he was, because of his, basically secret ownership of Gazprom and all of the other Russian enterprises, he was thought to be by far the richest man in the world. Well, anyway, Elon's nearly 300 billion fortune puts him pretty much at the top of the list. So it worked. Whatever he's up to is working. And by the way, the gas prices going through the roof helps Tesla. Their sales are through the roof. They can't make them fast enough now.
Well, that's been
behind the war
for a while, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, it's up even more. I think I saw a 26% increase in orders over the last few weeks.
Wow. Well, that makes sense. I mean, I'd want an electric car now too. Plus, everybody's Honda just did their announcement to not produce gas-powered cars. I mean, sure, it's by 2040.
There's tons of choices.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're basically hitting the inflection point for electric vehicles. And Tesla.
Stacey, if you were going to buy a new electric car right now, which would you buy?
I really don't know. I'm waiting for things. I'd look at the Audi maybe, but it's pretty expensive. And I really want a Subaru. I want the electric Subaru that doesn't exist yet.
So the Toyota Subaru one.
There isn't one. Subaru's not making.
Well, there's going to be
a car yet.
The Toyota stupid name car is going to be a Subaru too.
Wait a minute, what? Now I'm confused. That's two different companies.
About? Yeah, Toyota.
I know
Subaru,
that, but the Toyota B4Z1568, whatever their stupid brand is for it,
is a Subaru.
B4Z
is also going to be a Subaru.
The all-electric. Let me see.
Not a Supra, a Subaru.
A Subaru.
Oh yeah, you're right. The BRZ is a Toyota.
See, it happens. I can't
Japan
be right
Subaru.
Once in a while. It happens.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, it was okay. Well, there you go.
There you go.
The BZ4X.
So it's coming out.
What a brand.
Yeah. Well,
Volterra.
Toyota owns 20% of Subaru. It also has 5% Mazda.
Here.
So Tesla, I was wrong. I underestimated. Tesla, it's estimated, has seen 100% increase in orders in some areas of the U.S. as gas prices soar.
Jesus.
So that's
Faust lived.
Yeah. Whatever Elon's doing, he's doing it right.
But there's still a huge
the market.
wait for those, isn't there? Yeah.
Oh, yeah. The wait's getting longer and longer and longer. That's all right. They're taking the orders. Okay, so Elon now is back to being a private citizen. I think it's a great.
Is he going to buy Twitter? Is he going to do what you think, or is he going to get bored?
No, he's bored already. He's already bored. I guarantee you. We should check his tweets.
yeah, the latest.
Twitter lives and dies, though, by these guys, right? When Trump was big, Twitter, that made Twitter's, for 4 years, Twitter was the place to go to find out what's going on.
But I go back to my Black Twitter example. It's the longest of long tails.
Right.
The most popular person on Twitter is a tiny proportion.
Oh, this is interesting.
Tiny proportion.
Elon has not tweeted in 4 days. Is he dead?
Is he okay?
His last tweet was April 9th, right before the news came out that he wasn't going to be on the board Saturday. Very interesting. He hasn't tweeted at all since then. Not to talk about Dogecoin, not to talk about SpaceX, not to talk about Tesla.
How often does he tweet?
Normally, like 100 times a day. You want to see all the tweets from the last day he tweeted? This is April 9th. Okay, ready? April 9th, April 9th, April 9th, 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 April 9th, April 9th, April 9th, 9th.
Okay, yeah, but when he's not on a weird pump and dump scheme.
April 8th. Hey, April 8th, 8th, 7, 8, 7. I guess somehow he's tweeting in 2 different time zones. This is my favorite one. This was the one I bet, I'm going to guess, got him bounced from the board. We talked about this on Sunday. Twitter's next board meeting is going to be lit, he tweets with a picture of him smoking a blunt on Joe Rogan.
All I have to say is it's so frustrating to see people act like this when I know that as a woman, if I wandered around acting like this, no one would take me remotely seriously.
Or they'd give you a reality show called.
No, they wouldn't. It just drives me nuts.
What's the Kardashians reality show? Meet the.
They've got a new one.
Yeah, I know. They retired and now they're back. Yeah. Meet the Higginbothams. I think it would be good.
Yeah, but they don't treat you. The Kardashians are still a running joke in the culture, whereas Elon Musk can get.
They may be a running joke in the culture, but they're rich running jokes. Keeping up with the Higginbothams.
Not something necessary at all.